Imagine a future where modern-day slavery is hidden in plain sight. Stay tuned to uncover how Project 2025 could lead to hidden exploitation, and learn how we can prevent this dystopian reality. We think slavery is gone, abolished, relegated to history books. We believe that such inhumane practices are a thing of the past, something we have moved beyond as a society. But in this future, is it really? Look closer. The shadows of exploitation still linger, hidden in the corners of our modern world. One of the most glaring examples? Prison labor. It's a practice that continues to thrive under the radar. In this future, corporations and politicians profit off the backs of incarcerated individuals. They strike deals that benefit their bottom lines. People often forget that those incarcerated are human beings. They have stories, families, and dreams. They deserve fair treatment, not exploitation. Advocacy and compassion are crucial in addressing this issue. Think about it. Prisoners making pennies an hour, sometimes even less. They produce goods, they provide services, they work tirelessly, all while corporations rake in huge profits. The disparity is stark and troubling. And who benefits from the cost savings? Often it's taxpayers. But at what moral cost? Lower costs for goods and services sound good on paper. It seems like a win-win situation. But not when they come at the expense of human dignity. The true cost is far greater than we realize. We need to ask ourselves, is this the kind of society we want? One where exploitation is normalized? Imagine a future where, in reaction to tariffs and the quest for cheap labor, the American government secretly considers sending prisoners to other countries as part of a labor camp program, eerily similar to slavery and indentured servitude. Imagine a future shaped by Project 2025. In this world, prisoners are caught in a system where companies contract with prisons. They become part of a captive workforce, a workforce with no real power to negotiate. They're tasked with making everything from electronics to clothing. They even find themselves staffing call centers and processing seafood. The pay? It's often far below minimum wage. Why? Because they're excluded from labor laws. Big businesses exploit this loophole, and politicians, they often support these practices. They ignore the exploitation because it's politically convenient. They highlight the economic benefits. They argue it reduces recidivism, but the evidence is weak. The reality is, it's a system designed to benefit those in power. It's about maintaining a cheap and disposable labor pool. It's about profit, no matter the human cost. The system thrives on the backs of the most vulnerable, ensuring that the cycle of exploitation continues unabated. This isn't just a problem of the past, it's a deep-seated issue that could persist through future generations. It's deeply rooted in our society's fabric, potentially woven into the future of our nation. Imagine a future America, a time of supposed progress and innovation. New amendments and laws could be introduced, monumental steps forward. But they might have loopholes. They could allow for involuntary servitude as punishment for a crime, clauses that could be heavily exploited. These loopholes could be exploited to create a new form of slavery under the guise of criminal justice. Black Americans and other marginalized groups could be criminalized en masse, targeted by laws designed to entrap them. They might be arrested for minor offenses, often on trumped-up charges, ensuring a steady supply of labor. Then, they could be leased out to work for private companies, a practice that would be both profitable and dehumanizing. This system, known as convict leasing, could be brutal and inhumane, stripping individuals of their dignity. Prisoners might be subjected to horrific conditions, far removed from any semblance of justice. They could face violence, disease, and often death in a system designed to exploit them. It would be slavery by another name, a continuation of the same oppressive practices, and it could continue well into the future, evolving but never truly disappearing. The echoes of this system might still be felt, reverberating through our future institutions. In the future, the American government could profit from prison labor by sending prisoners to other countries as part of a labor camp program. This practice might be secretly pushed as a solution to the rising cost of imported products and labor costs, a legacy of centuries of systemic racism and exploitation that we must confront to move forward. Section 4. A system of disparity. Let's envision the future, because we can't discuss future labor systems without addressing the elephant in the room. The racial disparities in the future justice system could be staggering. Black and brown individuals might still be disproportionately represented in our prisons. They could be more likely to be stopped and searched, more likely to be arrested, more likely to receive harsher sentences. This wouldn't be a coincidence. It could be the result of decades of discriminatory policies. These disparities might create a vicious cycle. People of color could be more likely to be incarcerated. Once incarcerated, they might be more likely to be subjected to exploitative labor practices. This, in turn, could perpetuate poverty and inequality. It could be a system designed to keep marginalized communities trapped, a system that benefits from their labor while denying their humanity. Imagine the future government profiting from prison labor by sending prisoners to other countries, as part of a labor camp program, eerily similar to slavery and indentured servitude. Section 5. Breaking the chains. In the future, Project 2025 envisions a world where prison labor teaches valuable skills, where it prepares inmates for re-entry into society. Fair wages will be a cornerstone of this new system. Comprehensive job training will be provided, exploitation will be eradicated from the system. We will no longer normalize exploitation. We will reject this as the status quo. We will demand better. For incarcerated individuals. For our society as a whole. So what can you do? Educate yourself. Talk to your friends and family. Support organizations fighting for prison reform. Contact your elected officials. Demand change. Demand an end to exploitative labor practices. Demand a justice system that values rehabilitation over punishment. Silence is complicity. It's time to raise our voices. It's time to break the chains of this modern-day slavery. The American government must stop profiting from prison labor by sending prisoners to other countries as part of a labor camp program. This is eerily similar to slavery and indentured servitude.